Hey everybody, today I'm going to smash through the topic of affordable housing because I'm speaking to more and more buyers, especially as we come into election season here, and there's a lot of terms that get thrown around into what actually affordable housing is. Because most day-to-day people going about their job hearing the term, they think that it's basically making houses more affordable, i.e. that $1.5 million detached home comes down to $1 million in Vancouver. That is not actually the case. And watch the politicians, it doesn't matter across the board who they are, when you listen to them talk, because there's a reason why they will emphasize affordable housing as opposed to making houses cheaper or more affordable. And that's because there's actually a term in Canada for affordable housing, and it's basically, it has to be 30% less than your pre-tax income to be considered affordable. So if you have a pre-tax income of $10,000 a month, then the cost needs to be $3,000 or less per month in order to be considered affordable. Now, it's a relative, I don't want to say it's a relatively new concept, but it's been spoken of a lot more over the kind of last decade, I want to say, or half a decade. But Canada, along with the CMHC, has been investing in this type of housing for years. They put hundreds of millions in. There was an initiative set up in 2011, affordable housing. There you go, shock. Since 2011, and typically what they do is they don't build like buildings and buildings and buildings that are going to be sold to affordable homes. They typically will say to like a developer that you need to, in order to get your permits or something like that, you need to sell X amount at affordable rates, so which will be below market rates. Or if they're a mom and pop shop and they're building, maybe like a fourplex, one of them needs to be sold at this to be affordable. And the problem with this is it's not enough in terms of the supply and demand issue. So sure, there's going to be some out there who are going to qualify, who are going to get it, but it's not going to change anything on a scale that day-to-day buyers are going to see that difference. And so if you're going into this thinking about making decisions as all these policy matters come up, which I will be talking about as we go through this short election cycle, particularly as it befits housing, but when they mention this, don't get swept up in thinking that they're going to be reducing the cost of housing. There's too much riding on it. It's too much of an aggregate to GDP in Canada. There's no politician basically wants to have an initiative where they're going to arbitrarily say, okay, this is going to reduce 20% off of housing prices. Those homeowners would just go in uproar. So don't get sideswiped, don't think it's something it's not. And when you're making your decisions, if they are on housing, which is the top fourth choice in why people are making the decision this coming election, make sure that you're understanding the terms properly. There we go, that's all I have to say on the matter. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please do click like and subscribe. Your following really does make a difference. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.